Hi, and welcome to the official tutorial on how to make the teeth for my character, Jester Scream. And before we dive right in, I have a few quick notes. If you're trying to find a tutorial on how to make the full prosthetic jaw for this character, the first version without the teeth, just like this, please refer to the link down in the description below before watching this. So the products I use to make my character will be found in the description below. And please be advised, for the build of this character, I will be using liquid latex, so please make sure that there are no latex allergies or other sensitivities before proceeding with this tutorial. If you're under the age of 18 years old, please have a parent or guardian's permission and supervision while making this character. And again, this jaw prosthetic is restrictive on the lower part of the face, so eating, talking, and drinking is quite limited while being worn on the face. And finally, the tutorials on my character Jester Scream is for art, cosplay, and Halloween. I do not support, will never promote, and advise against misusing my character in a way that can compromise your safety and others. For example, public pranking. With that being said, let's get right into it. So first, I'm gonna grab my finished Jester Scream jaw prosthetic. And again, to make this prosthetic, you can find a link down in the description. We're gonna make his teeth and then install it into this finished prosthetic. Grab a microwave safe bowl, a spoon, and a bottle of water. Pour the water into the bowl and be careful not to pour it too high where it's overflowing. And then you're gonna take the bowl of water and put it into the microwave. We're gonna microwave until the water is hot and steaming, with just a few bubbles starting to form. The time to set the microwave will vary depending on your microwave, so please look out for these visual cues. Keep a close eye on the bowl and check it periodically so it does not boil. Never microwave the water to a boiling point. And this is gonna be hot, so always use heat-resistant gloves or cloth. I safely place the bowl back on the table, and then we're gonna grab polymorph plastic. For anyone wondering, polymorph plastic is a type of thermoplastic that becomes soft and moldable when placed in hot water. As it cools, it hardens in the shape you made, which makes it perfect for creating teeth. So you're going to safely place the polymorph plastic inside the water. And you're going to wait a couple of moments. As you can see, you'll notice the plastic is starting to become transparent. This is an indicator that the plastic is softening. After a couple of moments, when the piece becomes clear and transparent, pick up a spoon and safely scoop a piece of plastic from the bowl. Make sure it's not too hot to the touch. So now, I have a soft piece of polymorph plastic, about the size of a quarter. Then I'm going to take this plastic and mold it into a form of a fang. I normally keep these fangs thin and pointy on one end, and then the base of the tooth relatively thick. You would want it to have a solid bottom to be able to be applied securely in the prosthetic. The plastic begins to cool down as you mold. You can see here that it's becoming less transparent and more white. The plastic stiffens and solidifies as it cools down, making it less flexible over time. Then I grab a plate like this and simply place the fang I just formed on it, allowing it to cool down completely. Then simply repeat this step to form the teeth. And it's up to you to how much teeth you want to make for him. The more teeth you make, the more full his prosthetic will appear with them. Wait for the teeth to dry completely. All of them should be white. Now I'm going to grab some alcohol paint to color them. I'll be using Skin Illustrator alcohol paint. You will need 99% alcohol to activate these paints, but I found that 91% also works as well. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to be using a combination of colors, mainly prime yellow, a bit of black, prime red, and some blood tone, to give the Jester's teeth his signature look of old, worn, and monstrous. For this step to color his teeth, you can also use some cream paints with some bruised colors and paint them on with a paintbrush. You're going to take one tooth at a time and paint on the colors. I normally like to make his teeth very intense with the set of colors I selected, but it's up to you to gauge the intensity with these colors. I normally start off with prime yellow and I work my way to darker colors near the root of the tooth. And I also love to eyeball each tooth so they all look a bit different and more natural.
On the other hand, if you want to give the Jester pearly white teeth, you can just skip this step. One tooth down, and then repeat the same steps for the rest of them. And there you have it, I painted all the teeth. As you can see again, each of them look quite different, but they all have the same type of look to them, where they look natural and complement each other for the overall vibe of his mouth. So now that we have all the teeth painted, let's install them into the prosthetic now. I'm going to grab an empty bowl, liquid latex, rice flour, and a spoon to mix them with. Pour some of the liquid latex and about a tablespoon of rice flour. Mix both of them together thoroughly until you get a thick, cakey consistency. Liquid latex is basically liquid rubber that dries into flexible, skin-like material, and I'm mixing it with rice flour to thicken it up so I can sculpt the gums for this prosthetic. I only use rice flour for this. Don't substitute this with all-purpose flour. Also, if you don't have rice flour, you can always use liquid latex and cotton balls. This next step will explain if you were to do that with cotton balls as well. Now we're going to form the gums with our latex rice flour mix. Start by applying scoops of it at the bottom of the mouth. You can apply it thick as we need a decent holding floor for these teeth. Then work your way up to the top part of the mouth. Apply a thick layer of it across the top of it. If you're working with liquid latex and cotton balls, you would simply add a layer of liquid latex in the same area, to the top and bottom part inside of the mouth of the prosthetic. Apply the cotton balls on it, and then apply liquid latex on top of the cotton balls, making it mushy and a perfect holding floor for the teeth. Make sure the ends of the gums are smooth, going into the prosthetic, to create a seamless transition from mouth to gums. Then you simply take one tooth at a time and stick it into the latex. Apply it a bit firm for a good stick, and then repeat it for the rest of the teeth in any format you like. I normally just apply the teeth all over the place and in an ununiform way to make it full and abstract. Fun fact, this prosthetic you see here is actually the prosthetic I used in my viral short film series, You Are the Director, an interactive horror series where I asked you what to do next. It's one of my favorite series on this channel so far, and if you want to watch all the clips of the series, click the link down below. I would install all the teeth in one sitting. You don't want the latex to dry out. Now that the teeth are installed, step away and allow for them to dry completely. I normally like to give the gums a good full day to dry. Alright, so it's all dried, and you can see it by the color of the gums being yellow, and it's firm to the touch. If you tap on each tooth, they should not move. Now we're going to move on to painting the gums. We're going to grab some cream colors on a bruise wheel and some brushes. And I'm going to go in and paint the gums around the teeth. And I like to have a light pink color to signify real gums. And just make sure to get in between each tooth, in the space where you see the yellow latex. Then we're going to grab some Mod Podge and polish the teeth, and this will give it that wet look to them. And you can use Mod Podge with a matte or shiny finish, it's up to you. Then simply brush it on the teeth and the gums and allow it to dry completely. And now that that's all complete, it's application time and we about to put them on. Then I go in and I clean up my face. You would want to apply this prosthetic on a clean and dry face without any makeup, lotions, or oils. Then we're going to grab some skin adhesive like spear gum or Prosthetic, and this actually helps apply the prosthetic onto the face and make it stick. Just make sure when you're using any type of skin adhesive to also have a skin adhesive remover on hand. For this step, I also sometimes use liquid latex as an adhesive. For this part, when you're applying skin adhesive onto the face, I apply it below the cheekbone area and onto the lower half of the face, far below the eye area. Skin adhesive should never go in or around the eye area, and always read the bottle before applying to ensure safety and that there are no skin sensitivities. I apply a little bit onto the nose as well. Before it dries, I stick the top part of the Jester prosthetic onto the area where I applied the adhesive, and I press down a bit firmly for a secure application. Then I hold the prosthetic in place for a bit, allowing it to fully dry and stick to my face securely. This may take a number of minutes, so please hold it in place as it dries. Make sure the prosthetic is sitting comfortably on your face and airflow is coming through the Jester's nose area. When you feel the adhesive dry, gently remove your hands from the prosthetic. If you move your head around a bit and the prosthetic just stays in place, then you have a secure hold on it and you can go ahead to the next step. Then you're going to grab some Clown White face paint cream and a makeup sponge. You want to gently dab the face paint onto the upper half of your face. I always like starting near the nose area and at the point where the prosthetic meets the upper half of your face to blend them together. Take your time and dab the cream paint all around, but do not apply this around the eye area, just around the nose, forehead, eyebrows, the cheekbones, and the sides of the face. Next, you're going to take some black cream paint and again, a makeup sponge. And you're going to lightly dab it all over the white face paint. Just be careful to only pick up a little bit of the black paint. This is to give the Jester his old and worn look as seen on his jaw prosthetic. After that, you're going to take a makeup brush and then apply black face paint around the eye area, surrounding both eyes with a pointed ring and coloring it in. Then you want to finish it off by painting a long line, top to bottom of it, going about 2.5 inches out. Finally, pull the Jester's hat over your head and secure it correctly. Then put on his gloves. And that's how you make the teeth for my character Jester Scream. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and remember, if you're looking to make the prosthetic for this character, please refer to the link down in the description below. Oh, and y'all, please stay tuned for my upcoming tutorial on how to make the new Jester Smile prosthetic. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.